Its recording has started. I'll start sharing my screen. Acha, firstly, I hope everyone remembers what all I taught in last class. So does anyone have a doubt from that? Uh, किसी ने कुछ बोला नहीं, so I'm assuming कि किसी को doubt नहीं है. Now, so as you can see, this is the timeline. एक बार I'll play the audio once more for you guys. So this is the audio. We're going to work with the audio today. ठीक है? And before starting properly with how to create a sequence that matches with the audio, that feels ki ha, we've done some work in matching the cuts to the rhythm of the music, we'll start also have a look at the speed and how we can adjust the speed of clips. So like, let's say you want to adjust the speed of this audio file. So just right click on it once. You'll find this thing called speed and duration. Click on it once. So speed is at 100. I guess I told speed वैसे last class में, but still we'll just revise a bit. So speed is at 100. Let's say I want to double the speed. I'll make it 200. Now the thing with audio is that if you increase the speed, simultaneously the pitch also increases. Pitch is basically the shrillness of the voice. हिंदी में बोलूँ तो आवाज ज़्यादा पतली हो जाती है. And if you reduce the speed of the audio file, it gets heavier, भारी हो जाती है आवाज. So if I play the audio for you now, you can have like listen to it once. Okay, काफी ज़्यादा fast हो गया actually. I'll just 200. Let's make it 130. Yeah. Similarly, if I like the original speed was 100%. So if I make it, let's say 70. Yeah. So like इसमें you must have noticed कि वैसे like इसमें कोई वो नहीं है, वॉइस नहीं है, कोई बहुत मेलोडियस चीज नहीं है. दिस होल ऑडियो कंटेन्स मोस्टली ड्रम बीट्स, सो इट वाजंट quite clear in this particular audio file, but वैसे like in general, whenever you increase the speed, the audio gets shrill, and whenever you reduce the speed, the audio gets heavy. Now similarly for this one, this file, again we come here, 40-60 frame rate वाला concept I told you in the last class. ठीक है? So I'll play the video once more. ये हल्का सा लैग आ रहा था just because of the fact that the clip is in 4K. My laptop is kind of not capable of that high real-time rendering. Now, so I come to the speed part. Now, as I told you guys, कि this video file was shot in 60 frames per second. 40% of that is 24 frames a second. But like as I said, कि don't ever try to reduce it like below 24. Now let's just assume that there's this case in which you need to have a slow-mo video, but in order to get a proper slow-mo, you'll have to reduce it below 24 frames a second. So basically, like in this clip, since it was a 60 frames per second video, if I make the speed 33%, that makes it a 20 frames per second video. So now the video won't be really smooth. If I play it now, so like, was it visible to you guys properly? So I'll reduce the speed a little bit more. Let's make it 25. So 25% of 60 is 15 frames per second. Is the video like properly visible to you guys?
It's lagging already at 100%, so it's not really
It's
apparent. Lagging already at 100%, like पहले से ही
अच्छा,
अटक
okay,
रहा
it was
है
lagging at
प्रीव्यू.
100%. That's
Yeah,
okay,
प्रीव्यू
okay.
भी.
अच्छा,
Yeah.
ठीक है. So I'll just like, you can try this once after the session. Basically, the video was 60 frames per second. I reduced the speed to 25%. Now it's playing at 15 frames a second. And 15, like if you remember, I told you about perception of image. So for that we need a minimum of 16 frames a second. in order to put the object to be moving or the video to be a proper video. Right now, to me, when I play the video, I can like notice that there are actually cuts in between. It isn't a smooth flowing video. It's actually different photos. Okay. So, and let's say कि I want to keep it this low, but I don't want that cut wala cheese that notice. I don't want people to notice कि there are stops in between. So how do I fix that? There's this thing in the software. Again, I'll right click on the video file. I'll click on speed and duration. Now in this, there's this option called time interpolation, and in this it's showing frame sampling. So in this thing, we need to like, okay, first of all, what is frame sampling, what is frame blending, and what is optical flow? So like whenever we render a video, okay, so like I want you guys to listen to this part really like with all your concentration. So our sequence is set at 30 frames a second, right? Wait, I'll just show you the sequence settings once. Achha, okay, so right now the sequence is set at 60 frames per second. We'll make it 30. यहाँ से नहीं था शायद. Okay, यहाँ से नहीं था. I'm sorry. Basically, I'll just render this once. Control M. Yeah, when I come to the render settings, there is this frame rate. I can uncheck this and make it 30, let's say. So that means I'm exporting this at 30 frames per second. But right now, this video file of mine, this, because we lowered the speed, it is at 15 frames a second. So what about the remaining 15 frames for that one, for those seconds? Like how does the software fill that? Because if let's say it puts 15 frames for 1 second, then the remaining 15 frames, these are actually alternate frames. If you like can visualize, basically every alternate frame we have, and then every alternate frame we don't have right now. We don't have information for that right now. So for that reason, there are these three options. The first is frame sampling. So what happens in frame sampling is basically, if for this, in this case, it's 15 frames per second and we want to make it 30 frames per second. So what the software does is basically it duplicates every frame and sticks it in front of that. So basically the very first photo, the very first frame is shown twice. Similarly, the one after that is shown twice. So every image in this video is shown twice. This is what happens in frame sampling. It just duplicates one photo. Now what happens in frame blending? So in frame blending, as I said, we have alternate frames and then the ones in between them are empty. We don't have data for that. So in frame blending, what it will do is it will take the average of the first frame and the third frame and put something, it will blend those two frames together and it will put something in between them. So it will try to take an average of the two frames and it will put that frame in between these two frames. This is what frame blending is. Then the third and the one we're going to use right now is called optical flow. So what optical flow does is basically it takes the first frame and the third frame, it analyzes both these frames, and then it like the computer starts working, it starts to think, and it analyzes the whole the two frames, and it tries to think what should be there in the frame in between them. So in order to achieve that, it like there's a lot of calculations going on when we put it in optical flow. So I'll like leave it at frame sampling, and I'll tell you one more detail. This yellow line is an indication of like basically you will see the three lines on your timeline. Three lines, they will be green, yellow, or red. The green one means that the video file is rendered and that it will play smoothly. The yellow one means that there might be a little lag because the file isn't that easy to render in real time. And then if it's red, then the software is saying ki it's not capable of rendering that in real time. You'll have to render it once in order to play it smoothly, or else you won't be able to see the results properly. Okay. And why did I tell this to you is because, okay, I'll go to the speed and duration settings again. As I said, in optical flow, it has to do a lot of calculation. The software has to do a lot of calculation. So as soon as I put it on optical flow and press OK, now you see this line has become red, indicating that for every frame, for every alternate frame, it has to do a lot of calculation. And for that reason, the software won't be able to play this video smoothly now. So if I want to play this video smoothly, I'll press I, and O. I'll select the in and out points. Wait, yeah. I'll go to sequence and render in to out. So basically, whatever we've selected from in to out, it's going to render that part. Okay, this is taking a lot of time. I'll just shorten the length, render in to out. Yeah. Now, as I said, when we render that part, it should become green. So yeah, rendering is complete. It plays automatically as soon as the rendering is complete. And now you can see the part that we rendered is in green and the one after that is in red. So basically the software has done calculations. Okay, so I don't know how smooth the video is going to be, but I'll still play the green part. Okay, so like, was my video playing smoothly? Can anyone just tell me? I'll just
Yes, yes, yes.
drag.
It was
Yeah,
better.
we could see the difference. Yeah.
I'll just play. Okay, just check this part out once and tell me if it's playing smoothly or not. I'll just increase the length and I'll reduce the 300. Yeah, I'll play this one once. Just tell me if this one is smooth. It's actually lagging in my software only.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
have to
stuttering.
reduce the speed now. Yeah, was it smooth now?
Nope.
No, pare yaar. Chalo, theek hai. So basically, I'll tell you what I'm able to see right now. Please, guys, you'll have to adjust a little bit for this session because everything depends on speed and sequence. So yeah, for the green part, yeah. So as I said, for the red part, we don't have data for the alternate frames, right? So in that case, what's happening right now is basically that I can see that it isn't one smooth video. It's actually different photos. I can actually analyze that. But for the green part, because we've rendered it, so that appears really, really smooth to me. So like whenever you reduce the speed a lot, let's say like you reduce the speed so much that the result is less than 24 frames a second, then in that case, you know what to do. You'll have to go to optical flow. Now, one more thing, since I'm telling you guys about optical flow, you have to keep in mind that optical flow is a good feature, but it's a software thing. The software does not have, like, the software and the system does not have an actual brain and cannot compute so much that you'll actually get completely smooth results. So because I had a 60 frame per second video and I reduced it to 15 frames a second, so it needed to like judge every alternate frame. It had enough data for that. Don't do anything more complicated than this. And what I mean by this is don't reduce it beneath 15 frame if you want to go to optical flow. Like let's say you do it for 10 frames per second. So for that, it'll have to compute 2 frames in between every 2 frames. That is a lot of data and a lot of information. In that case, the software won't be able to do everything smoothly and the result won't be that great. Even though the flow of the video will be smooth, but there will be errors in the video. And that is something like it depends on video to video, what type of video you are like using optical flow on. So you will see some or the other error. There might be jitters and like stuff as in like, let's say, okay, I'll stop sharing my screen for a second. Can I spotlight my own self? Spotlight me. Yeah, I hope I'm on your spotlight.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's say I move my hand here to here. And this was recorded at 10 frames per second and I use optical flow. I do like this. In this case, optical flow might do a lot of fuck ups. And what I mean by that is basically my hand goes from here to here. Now it will show this motion smoothly, but alongside this, it might show my like something like my hand. So my, let's say my hand is here in this frame. It might also show a small figure of the hand over here and here, like in front and at the back of the hand. Just because the software and the system isn't smart enough to uh, the system isn't smart enough to like analyze how things are going to be, how the video should be. Did you guys like understand everything till now, or do you want me to repeat anything? I tried to like go as smooth as possible, but still this thing is complicated. Guys, do you have any doubts?
No, no, no.
Okay, then we'll proceed further. क्या करा मैं तो इसका let me check. Hmm. Yeah, so now we're going to try, and okay, firstly I'll just remove these two clips because I don't want any red part on my timeline. Oh yeah, so there's one more way of increasing the speed, and I'll show you after this one particular part. So we're going to listen to the music once again. Okay, so in this particular part of the clip, uh, there was a clap part in between. It's happening like like the clap happens after every like there's a beat, there's a rhythm, right? So you need to identify that rhythm, okay? And after you identify the rhythm, you have to cut your clip at the correct point of the rhythm. So like what I generally do is that I just close my eyes. I don't look at the video. I listen to the music and I hit the space bar when I think the beat is like one beat is ending and the other one is starting. So in this particular audio file, there are claps. So I think it will be good if the video stops at a clap and I want it to stop at the second clap. So I'll close my eyes and I'll just listen to the music and I'll hit the space bar as soon as I think the beat has come and the clap is about to come, just before the clap. So this is somewhere I came. This is where the clap is just about to begin. I'll just go 1 or 2 frames back. Yeah. And now I feel this is the correct point where the next video should start and the previous ones should end. So I want this video clip to end over here. There are two ways. Either I extend it this long. So in this case, if I play the video, it's too fast. So I want this much of a length of video only and I want it to end over here. So I want to reduce the speed and I want to reduce it so much that the end point of this video file is over here. Now, as I said, if we use this, let's say I reduce it to 70%, I'll have to constantly like see if it's coming at the point or not. So it might not be perfect. I'll make it 80 for now. So if I want to keep it really, really precise, for that reason, you see this ripple edit tool. It is the third tool from the top. Long press on it and you'll get the rate stretch tool. Use that. So if you want to activate the rate stretch tool, you can go here and then long press and like use it, or just directly press R for rabbit or rate. Now as soon as you click on this, now when you're uh, coming to the end of the clip, double clicking and extending it, you're not actually extending the clip, you're stretching it. So like let's say this, okay. I'll enter spotlight again. Yeah, so let's say this in my hand was the video clip. So when we're extending it, let's say it's the video clip is something like this. Okay. When we're extending it, we're just like doing something like this. We're expanding the size or like using the further part of the clip. But in this case, we don't want to do that. So what we're doing is we're taking the clip and we're stretching it. Okay, मैं इसको stretch नहीं कर पा रहा. कुछ और ढूंढते हैं. Like okay, I'll take a mask. This is the clip and we're stretching it like this. So like we're not actually extending it. We're not using the parts after or before it. We're just taking this clip and we're stretching it. So we're reducing the speed. And this tool is really effective because uh, I told you about the snap tool in the last session. So yeah. So if this was the original clip, it as soon as I bring it near the this blue header, blue whatever we call it, I don't know. it snaps into position. So it snaps at the beat where I've set it. So now if I play the video clip, okay, I don't know if it's going to be visible to you guys or not, but still. So as soon as the second clap comes, this video ends over there. I think it should be okay. So we want to work with the audio as well. Now, if you can see over here, there's a rise in the audio file. Okay, I'll zoom a bit. Uh, yeah. So if you can see, there's a rise in the audio level over here. This indicates that a clap is being made just at this point. So I'll play from this point and you'll actually hear the music starting with a clap. So at the very beginning of this part, I'll extend it till this part. Yeah. And I'll keep it over here. Now my video terminates exactly when the clap starts. So this is a perfect time to add the next clip. So let's say this is my next clip. It's a shot of the rain. Yeah, now I add it. Let's see the properties of this clip.
Sorry to interrupt, but how did you zoom into the timeline?
Acha, this like vertically or horizontally? This
Horizontally.
horizontally. Yeah, come to this part, like exit the timeline, come on the side, press Alt, and then if you're like not using a mouse, if you're using your key
Scroll.
touchpad, just like pinch out, pinch in or pinch out, you'll be able to do that. And if you're using a mouse, scroll up or scroll down while
Okay.
pressing Alt.
And what about vertically?
Just come to the timeline. Oh, sorry. Just come to the timeline and do it again with Alt.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So like as I said, this video is a 1080p clip, a full HD clip, not a 4K clip. So, but our timeline is set at 4K, so that's why it's 1/4 of the size of the screen right now. So we'll have to zoom in, and that we do by coming in the effect controls panel. I told this to you in the last class. Yeah. So again, I don't know if the video is going to be smooth or not, but still. So I'll tell you one more thing now. Since we've Yeah, see this blank part in the beginning. This is where we have no music at all. So the beat actually starts over here. So we'll uh, reduce it from the beginning and we'll start it at the very beginning of the audio file. We'll start the video clip at the beginning of the audio file. Now, since we've like it's basically two beats. This duration of music is two whole beats, let's say. So this is actually like two claps actually. And I've actually selected the length of this clip. It is set to be around two claps worth of beats. So if I grab this video clip and I make it equal to the size of the clip beneath, अच्छा ठीक है उतना लंबा नहीं है शायद से हाँ है ठीक है so I've made the above and the below clips equal in size and I'll drag it back in front. So this also is in like it's also synced to the audio now. This is something you might not understand when I'm saying this, but once you try it in the software, you'll be able to understand. And I'll play the video once. I don't know if it's going to be smooth or not, but I'm telling you the video changes on the clap. And since it changes on the clap, the vision is paired with the audio that we're listening. So whatever we're seeing is connected to whatever we're hearing, whatever we're listening. And because of that, this looks really smooth. It looks like it's like even though this is the slightest of detail, this is something every editor keeps in mind. Still, it feels really good. People might not even notice that this is happening, that the thing is changing on the beats, but still it makes a huge difference. So let's say there are two people, one just matched everything to the audio, the rest and the other one did not match it to the audio, and majorly the video is same. The quality of the person who matched it with the audio would be far better than like what the person who did not match the audio. And many people might not even notice this, there's this difference of pairing with the audio, but still they'll find it better. So I'll play the video once now. So if you could see it, the video actually like it changed from one to the other just on the clap, and that feels really really smooth. So did you guys understand everything till now?
Yes.
Is there anyone who has a doubt? Wait, I'll just open Go and just Teams. Yes, if anyone has a doubt, you can raise your hand or like directly unmute yourself and start talking. Okay, I see no hands up. So maybe the spotlight. Yeah, I see no hands up. So I guess no one has a doubt till now. So this was majorly about this session. Okay, I'll share my screen again. I'll tell a few more tweaks or things that might be beneficial for you all. So yeah, firstly, zooming into the timeline vertically. So doing something like this in the audio file is really, really helpful in order to like just see the levels so that you can visually see, like you can analyze by seeing, by viewing the timeline where the beat might be ending or where the beat might be starting. Okay, so like you don't have to rely on what you're listening every time. So if you see, there are these levels of audio. I told you about speed and how you can adjust it either by right clicking and clicking on speed and duration, or just using the rate stretch tool by pressing R. You press R once, you click on this clip, whichever you want to edit. Go to the start or the beginning, double click and then extend. Press Ctrl plus Z to undo the stuff. And yes, this is majorly about today's class. Now, remember that pairing the video to the audio is, again, like I've said this, I guess, a lot of times in this whole class, but yes, it's really, really important just so that you step up the quality of the video one or two notches. Even though, like, if you've seen like very high quality productions, even if you like, I've done videos for a lot of club. This is one thing that you'll find common in all the videos, that every video has this thing it will start or end at a beat. Okay, so since we're doing this and we have a little bit more time, I'll tell you one more. अच्छा नहीं, but लंबा हो जाएगा. We'll save that for the next class. So yeah, this was majorly it about today's class. I'm asking once more, किसी को भी doubt है? Does anyone have any doubt? Please say, tell, ask.
आज के सेशन से नहीं है, but Premiere is
हाँ,
giving an
कोई भी
error
doubt हो वैसे पूछ सकते हो.
that font or something, like it can't fetch fonts from Adobe or something when
I'm
I try
sorry, क्या?
effects. कि अगर effects try करते हैं तो font नहीं ले पाता, like it uses the default fonts only.
Font text में.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll share my screen and tell you. Okay, so I'll come to the black part and I select the text tool by pressing T. Let's say hello. Okay. So I wrote hello, I've selected it. Now I'll go to effect controls. ये एक hello वाला बन गया यार. हाँ. Hello, इसमें ये जो arrow है, इसको क्लिक किया तो इसके सारे सेटिंग्स खुल गए. So इससे आप साइज बड़ा कर सकते हो 241, और इससे आप अपना वो चेंज कर सकते हो, टाइम्स न्यू रोमन. Just say like I'll put it on impact. I generally like to keep it on impact. So this is what impact looks now. Like I guess Hemant, you must be facing the issue ki you change the you change the text, like the font over here, but it does not change over here.
नहीं, the thing is I used a preset effect. Okay, तो उसमें उसने error दिया कि we can't use the font in this effect and we are using the default font instead, something like that.
Okay, so I don't, like, I've never used a preset that limits the font, but I'll try to find a solution for that till, before next session. But
Hey,
yeah,
I think I think that happens when when you don't have that font installed on your laptop and they have it installed on their computer, and if you take someone else's preset, so the your computer takes the default.
अच्छा, oh, you're talking about a text. हाँ, this is one of the solutions की, like just check जो preset है, if that's a text preset, उसमें जो font है. search for that font online and you can download it from multiple
अच्छा
websites.
तो अलग से कर सकता हूँ सोर्स से, नॉट लाइक
Just
एडोबी से ही
download the
करना है?
font and install
ओके
it once. अगर प्रीमियर प्रो इस दौरान खुला हुआ है, प्रीमियर प्रो को एक बार रीस्टार्ट कर देना बस, तो उसमें फॉन्ट ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएगा, तो अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगा. बट हाँ, ये लाइक दिस प्रॉब्लम इज फेस्ड बाय सम पीपल कि दे चेंज द फॉन्ट ओवर हियर इन द सोर्स टेक्स्ट बट इट डज नॉट गेट चेंज्ड इन द like preview window. So it's really simple, just click on the text once and select it completely, then change the font. So then like it changes. So this is something I also faced in the beginning. It isn't something really big, but still, I just said, yeah. Anyone else wants to ask anything?
Kavya, I had a doubt.
Yeah,
Like, could you share your screen once more?
yeah, sure. Is my screen visible?
Yeah. So जहाँ पे source text में limelight लिखा है ना,
हाँ
वहाँ
जी.
पे if I keep my cursor over there and by mistake like I'm scrolling down to view the other settings, but it scrolls over the fonts which are available.
हाँ 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 हाँ.
तो
So
इसको disable करने का कुछ option है या फिर वो उसको ही scroll करेगा fonts को ही?
वैसे तो मतलब मैंने कभी इतना ध्यान दिया नहीं इस चीज़ में. मैं
क्योंकि मैं
जनरली
कभी मेरे साथ ऐसा बहुत बार हुआ है कि बाय चांस वो फॉन्ट गलती से चेंज हो जाता है, फिर मुझे याद नहीं रहता कि लास्ट कौन सा था, तो वो
हाँ,
ऐसे.
अरे देखो, अगर ऐसा होता है कि आपको लास्ट याद नहीं, बस एक बार कंट्रोल प्लस जेड दबा दो, वो लास्ट फॉन्ट पे अपने आप आ
हाँ
जाता है.
मतलब लास्ट वाले पे तो अंडू से हो जाता है, बट फिर भी ऐसे मतलब
You
इसका
can
कुछ है.
just see, मतलब even though I've not tried this. Okay, I'll also check this before next session, क्योंकि ये सारी चीजें मैं जनरली छेड़ता नहीं हूँ इसमें. I'll check this before next class.
ओके.
Yeah. कुछ टेक्स्ट भी आ रखा है. So it will be available by the end of the month. I have very less data left. Your full audio and video is lagging for me. हाँ, okay, okay. अरे लाइक उस पे टीम्स पे तो इंस्टेंटली अवेलेबल हो जाती है रिकॉर्डिंग, but still we'll just download it once, so for more comfort. Does anyone else want to ask anything? I'll just stop the recording now as well.